What is up, YouTube? Third Impact here to review Tokyo Ghoul, Episode 6. And if you can't tell, I'm very excited about this episode. I thought it was by far the best episode of Tokyo Ghoul so far. It had everything. It had awesome action, like lots of action, edge-of-your-seat moments. Most importantly, the feels with Hinami. Like, Hinami was a character where initially I wasn't sure of her inclusion. But now, by the halfway point in this episode, I was like, Hinami. But anyways, you get to see the doves in action, finally. Jason makes an appearance. Yamori is his real name. And the conclusion to that battle that was set up in the last episode. So I know I didn't review last week's episode. The quick setup, Tsukiyama has Kaneki and Toka in a bind. Obviously, he wants to eat that awesome Kaneki half-ghoul blood. This is like crack to Tsukiyama. And Toka is really weak because her diet was horrible as far as eating flesh recently. And your diet directly affects the power of your Kagune. So she's weak, but she takes a bite out of half-ghoul Kaneki. And this is like crack to ghouls. Like, well, in her case, maybe crystal meth is a little more appropriate because her Kagune has this crazy, like, crystal shard attack. And it is just so powerful. It was established that Tsukiyama and her were about on par. And he's like, wow, to think that she's so powerful and we're on par. They're not on par. Not when she's had the crystal meth blood of Kaneki. So Tsukiyama gets wrecked. And another thing with the censoring when Tsukiyama gets wrecked, I've seen the holy light of censorship come down from the heavens and cover up some boobies, cover up these sorts of things. And I know that they were doing the whole negative filter thing, but this is the first time that I saw the heavenly light of censorship block out some blood. And at first I was like, did he get, like, severed? Like, is he, like, a... But no, he was fine. I guess he got slashed. Hard to see what was going on, but I'm sure it was very bloody. I'm sure. So Tsukiyama's dead, which is awesome. Like, I didn't know if Tsukiyama was just going to be injured, but whatever. He should be dead. I didn't review last week's episode. Nishiki is also a big part of this episode. I thought he was dead. 100% confirmed dead in my mind in the second episode. But no, apparently he's fine. As a matter-of-fact thing, and also he's going to be a good guy now. So whatever. If I did a review for last week's episode, it would probably mainly be me ranting about Nishiki. But regardless, he's a good guy now. And Tsukiyama better be dead. He better not randomly show up in another episode and they're like, oh yeah, hey Tsukiyama. That kind of rubbed me the wrong way. But you know, what the manga viewers or readers have been saying, there's been a lot of skipping. Maybe it was more established in the manga. I don't know. Moving on past this point, we see Hinami, the girl that has been at the cafe a lot lately, and her mother. They're in a little kerfuffle, and she wants to see her dad, who we saw was involved with the 13th Ward, involved with Jason or Yamori, and that he seems like a nice guy, but you know, he's being made against his will to make this weapon for Yamori. So Hinami wants to see her father. Her mother's saying it's probably not a good idea, and it's all sad and stuff. But the most sad part is we see Hinami's father being visited again by Yamori, and he gives him the weapon. He's like, please leave me alone. I just want to live my life in peace. And as Hinami's mother is cheering her up, saying that everything will be okay, this is being directly contrasted with her father being murdered by Yamori, which was just awful. That happened. And as he's being murdered, the doves, Mado and Amon. Mado and Amon. Mado is the mad, crazy scientist one. That's how I remember his name. Amon, I forgot. My bad. We see them show up on the scene right at that moment. And it's like, oh, here's this trash on the ground. Talking about poor little Hinami's father. So I immediately just don't like the doves. Amon, he could be cool. Mado, I thought he could be cool as far as like a mad scientist cool. He's just a crazy asshole. I don't like him. So they are going into Yamori's place, Hinami's father's place, because Yamori's there, Jason. They're like, oh, this S-class ghoul, let's go. but not a good idea because they cannot do shit to Yamori. And the mad scientist Mado, he's going around chasing him. First, okay, secondly, sorry guys, so much happened in this episode, and I'm so excited to talk about it that I'm just all over the place. But they have their own weapons that we see for the first time. Kinku, I think is the way that they pronounce it. But Mado's looks like a hand saw with like an umbrella coming out, and Amon's is like a stick with like a shape that looks like a barrel on the end. Like, I know that these aren't what they actually are, but they just kind of look dumb. But they fight with those, and they can't do anything against Jason, even though Mado's like, Jason, ah! Really dumb, because Jason could probably kill them by flicking them if he wanted to. So I don't know what they're thinking. Doves are pretty dumb, especially Mado, for being like the smart guy, scientist by the looks of it. He's an idiot. So anyways, Jason just pieces for some reason, even though he could have killed them easily, because his Kagune was more powerful than his Kinku. It broke it when he tried to use it on him. But he escapes. Don't know why. He should have just killed them right then and there. But Hinami's father's there, and they're like, what are we going to do with this trash? It's like, wow, terrible. So he uses his Kagune. It's like almost like a centipede-looking tail thing, and it just attacks them in this rage because his life's just been shat all over, and he gets killed by the doves. And so now we know he's dead. This is being contrasted with constantly hearing Hinami being like, "Oh, like I learned this thing, and oh, I can't wait to tell Dad." And it's like, oh. And then literally the next thing that comes out of her mouth is, "Oh, so it's Dad's birthday soon, isn't it?" It's like, oh. Poor Hinami. But she's out with her mother. They've made nice after that whole big fight where she wanted to go see her father. And she's in such a good mood because she's out with her mom, and it's the first time they've been out in a long time, and it's really nice. But her mom spots some Dubs investigators. She's like, let's avoid that. And they turn around. And then Hinami's like, I can smell Dad. Like, Dad's here. He's come for us. I gotta go get him. And her mom's like, that can't be. No, Hinami, don't do it. And it's like, oh no, this is bad. And everything's so happy. Hinami's so happy. And you already know that her dad's dead. And you already know what's going to happen. I honestly thought that she was going to, like, just show up and his corpse was going to be there. But that would be pretty morbid. It's just the two Doves. But they're, like, brutal. They're like, oh, keep it down, eh? Like, I want to be able to hear your, like, death throes and shit. It's like, these guys want to, like, brutally murder. Like, even if it's a ghoul, like, these guys have no soul. They're evil. Almon, I think he might have a heart. He might be able to see the light, be able to see ghouls as being alright sometimes. But Mado, he's not a cool guy. So they're about to kill both of them when Hinami's mother activates her Kagune and blocks the bullets and creates a shield for the two of them and tells her to run. Hinami runs. She stays behind. She's running. She's like, big brother, big sister, talking about Toka and Kaneki. And you see Kaneki. I'm like, oh, Kaneki's there. Maybe he will save the day. Like, maybe her mom isn't gonna die, because that would be really tragic if her mom and her dad died. Like, wow. So I hope not. And I'm actually like on the edge of my seat, like, please, Kaneki, like, save her mom. Do something. But I guess we're going to have to wait till next week. It seems like that's what's going to happen. I hope that's what's going to happen, because it would be awful if she died. And the only other thing I can really say about this episode is their Kinku, the Doves' weapons that they use, I believe are made from Kagune, the Kagune of dead ghouls. Because he looks at the centipede arm thing coming out of Hinami's father, his corpse, and he's like, ooh, we could use this. When he was fighting with his umbrella, Kinku, it looked like a Kagune at times. And also, spoiler alert, from somebody who's watched the trailer for Tokyo Ghoul, we see Mado with what appears to be Hinami's father's Kagune as like an arm or as some sort of attack that he's using. Oh no, I guess it's his, we've seen it now, he holds it, it's a Kinku. So he can use that as a new weapon. I think. That's a guess based on seeing the trailer and seeing what he said and what was happening here. But honestly, like I said, a little all over the place today. Just an awesome episode of Tokyo Ghoul. So much happened. Nishiki is a good guy now, I guess. Tsukiyama better be dead. And I hope you guys please subscribe, like, and comment. And I hope to see you guys soon in my next video. Peace out.